Hello everyone, my name is CJ, and on this segment we want to talk about risk management in trading. Risk management in trading, a very simple concept most persons don't really understand. And now on this particular segment, I want to dive on what risk management really means and how it can help you grow your account in forex trading. Now, when we want to talk about risk, okay, when we want to talk about risk, the understanding of risk shows you or tells you that there is an implication that at some point you might be exposed to danger. So you might be exposed to danger. So what then is risk management? When we say risk, we talk about danger, right? So what is risk management? Risk management is just a process. Okay, it's a process that helps you control how much you lose on a trade. Risk management is a process that helps you what? Control how much you lose on a trade. What is your risk exposure to a particular trade? So that particular management of risk is keeping you safe. Okay, being aware of how much my risk exposure is being aware of what, how much I choose or I intend to risk on every trade. So risk management. Now let's understand something, that a trader funds his account with what? $100. So you fund your account with $100. And now with this particular amount of money, you want to know how do risk management come into this particular amount. Now, how will I control how much I want to risk on a trade? Now, if you've heard us speak before, you will understand that the knowledge of risk management goes or cuts beyond the use of stop loss. The use of stop loss is a feature that helps you close a trade within the intended risk amount. So if I choose to risk $10 on this trade and I use a stop loss feature, this allows my trade to automatically close the moment my account draws down to $10 in loss, right? So now risk management now is ensuring that how much I am willing to risk on a trade, and the ability to control my trade not to exceed that intended risk amount. Now, when a trader funds his account with $100 and he chooses to risk only $10 per trade. Now, if I choose to risk only $10 per trade, trade 1, I only want to risk how much? $10. Trade 2, I only want to risk what? $10. Trade 3, 4, 5. And trade 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I have 10 trades to take with a risk of what? $10, right? I only want to risk $10 on each trade. Now, this gives me a window of taking 10 different trade positions before my $100 gets liquidated. That is in a situation of loss. I have the window to trade what? 10 times. Now, with the knowledge of risk management brings something into perspective, something called RRR. Now this is our risk to reward ratio, right? The risk to reward ratio. Now risk to reward ratio is as simple as it sounds. It means what? Comparison of your risk amount to your reward amount. So how much do I intend to risk? $10. How much do I intend to gain? $50. So in that scenario, my risk to reward ratio is 5 times higher than my risk amount. So if I intend to risk $10 and I want to gain $50, meaning I'm risking 1 to gain 5. In a scenario where I'm risking only $100 and I intend to make $500, it means I'm risking 1 to gain 5. So risk to reward ratio is what? Comparison of your risk amount to your reward amount. How much do you intend to make? Now, let's assume a risk to reward ratio of 1:2. It is being represented as 1:2. Now, a good risk to reward ratio starts from 1:2. 1:2. That is a good risk to reward ratio. Some persons intend to risk 1:1, to risk 10 to gain 10. That is a poor risk to reward ratio. A good risk to reward ratio must start at 1 at least, so 2. Alright? So let's assume this trader targets 1:3. 1:3. Now, with a win rate or with a risk reward ratio of 1:3, let us assume he loses one trade out of his $100, and this trade ends in loss. You see that he has lost $10, and in this scenario he has a balance of what? $90 left. Now, with a balance of $90 left, he takes the second trade, risking only $10, and this trade goes in loss as well, and he loses another $10. Now his account drops down to what? 80. What if he loses the first 5 trades in a row? This means he has lost $50, and his account is now at 50. If his win ratio is 1:3, after losing 3 to 5 positions and loss, he only has 5 more times to go, right? How can risk to reward ratio and how can risk management help him come back to his trade? If you manage to get, even if it is 3 more positions in profit, if you manage to win 3 more trades, this gives him how much? A profit of $30, a profit of $30, and a profit of $30. This is what? $90 in profit. Now, adding $90 to this particular amount takes his account from $50 up to $140 in profit. Now he is at a $40 profit above his startup capital, just by winning only 3 positions after losing 2, after losing 5. Now, let us assume that he loses the remaining 2. That means he has a loss of $10 and another loss of $10. This will reduce his profit margin or his entire equity to $120. Now, let us assume he did not make a profit, or 3 positions were not in profit. So we have this one as well, going with loss. Trade 8 with a loss of $10. This means that he only has 110.